Hello everyone, welcome back to ParsecGames. You're watching the second part of my Foxy AI tutorial, which is episode 9 of my Five Nights at Freddy's on Scratch tutorial series. So if you want to watch any other video from my Five Nights at Freddy's on Scratch tutorial series, the playlist is in the info card right now, so you can click the eye icon on the top right and you'll just get to the playlist if you want to. And I don't want to talk too much. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you'll stay tuned for episode 10, and we're almost getting to the end. We're pretty close, so have fun with this episode and see you soon. So now what we need to add is that if he actually leaves Pirate Cove, he starts running down the corridor if you're looking at the corridor. So now we're just going to look at the corridor sprite, which is I think 2A. And we don't have the animation in here, so we're just going to add it as a new sprite. So let's just create a new sprite and we're going to add in all the animation frames of Foxy running down the hallway. And the folder is in JUMPSCARES, Foxy Hallway. And these are the images, so just select all of them and import them. And you can even see the animation happening right here. That's pretty nice. And as you can see, they're almost in order, except for the last one, which we will just have to move up here somewhere, and we just need to pretty much guess which frame would be the right one. So let's just check through the animation, make sure he doesn't skip anywhere. So to check this, we can just add a forever loop and then next costume. So we can see at the end there's a part where he just resets to almost the beginning, which is 340. So let's just move that up even further. And we just need to check which frame that has to be on. So 340 has to be between frame 244 and 245. Yep, so that's his animation. And now we're going to add in when I receive start game, he's going to wait until Foxy's status equals 3. And then, obviously, if he's left Pirate Cove, which means Foxy's status is 3, you can either look at the hallway and he will come running, or you can wait up to 25 seconds and then he will come running on his own. So, wait until Foxy's status is 3. And then, just gonna add in Foxy, Foxy wait time. And we're gonna set Foxy wait time to 0 and then repeat 25 times, change it by 1. And don't forget to add in wait 1 second in here, because if not, he's gonna jump scare you right away. And now we're gonna add in again, wait until Foxy status is 3, and now we're going to check if we're actually looking at the hallway. So obviously, first of all, the camera has to be up. So camera up equals 1. And the selected camera has to be, I think, 2A. Yeah. So the hallway is 2A, so we're just going to put in 2A. So this means you're looking at him. And all 3 have to be the case, so he has to be on stage 3 and you have to be looking at the hallway for the animation to trigger. And we're just going to switch to costume 206 and repeat 29 times. Next costume. And we're also going to add in the sound, so let's just import that from Fnaf sounds. Animatronics, Foxy, and run. Yeah, so that's the sound that comes when he's running. And we're just gonna test out the animation now. Yep, that looks pretty good. So now what we're gonna add in is also that either you need to be looking at the camera or the Foxy wait time equals 25. So either you're looking at him or he's waited 25 seconds. Then he will come running. And now obviously what we need to add as well is forever if the camera is down, so camera up equals 0, this sprite is going to be hidden. And if the camera is up and Foxy status is 3, it's going to be shown. Then he will show. Okay, so we're just gonna call this Foxy running. And now at the end of the animation, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna check that the door is closed. So if then left button, if the first letter of the left button, which corresponds with the left door, is 1, that means it's closed. Then he actually decreases your power depending on how many times he's already run down your corridor. So we're going to make a new variable called Foxy amount of runs. And at the beginning of the night, we're going to set this to 0. And then every time he runs, he increases this by 1. We're just going to add that in a moment. And if the door is closed, he knocks at the door, and we change the exact power by -1 minus the amount of times he's already run multiplied by 5. Meaning if it's the first time he's running, this is still at 0. It's only gonna subtract 1 from your power. If he runs again, it's gonna be -6, -11, and so on. And then after that, obviously we need to change the amount of times he's run by 1 and set the Foxy status. Set the Foxy status to 0, so he's back in Parrot Cove in his first stage. So obviously when he knocks on your door, he needs to actually make the knocking sound, so we're going to import that. And he plays that when he knocks on the door, obviously. And if not, he's going to trigger the broadcast, new message, Foxy jump scare. So we're going to make a new sprite for his office jump scare. So I import these from Fnaf, textures, jump scares, Foxy, and office. And again, these are not going to be in order because of Scratch not importing them in order. I don't know why. So we just need to check through them. And I think they're all okay, except 413, 15, 85, and 89, which is actually part of Freddy's animation. So you can just delete this one. 489, you can delete that one. And I think 485 has to be right at the beginning, which doesn't work because of Scratch, so you actually need to pull it up like this, pulling up a little bit at a time. And then these two frames are also pretty much at the very beginning. So 413 and 415, need to move those up as well. So now that should be a pretty good looking animation, except okay, so the order is 485, 413, 245, 415, and then the rest are in order. We're just gonna check that animation by going forever and then change next costume. Yep, so that looks pretty good. And then obviously when the flag is pressed, this sprite is gonna hide. And then when I receive a Foxy jump scare, if the camera is up, he's gonna move down the camera. So if camera up equals 1, it's gonna send out camera animation close. And then he's gonna do his jump scare. So he switches to costume 485 and then repeat 21 times. Next costume. And we also need to import his jump scare sound, which is the same as every other animatronic, but we just gotta import it. So animatronics, X scream. Yep. No problem. Thank me later for that ear rape. So he's gonna play that sound. And then when the animation is over, he's gonna broadcast death screen. He's gonna broadcast death screen and hide. And we're just gonna make him show obviously when the animation starts. So show him and move him towards the middle. And set the size to 150 so it fits the screen. You can still look around while the jump scare is happening, so we're just gonna add in go to office so that he's gonna be at the exact position of your office. And that's gonna happen at each frame of the animation. Also add that up here just in case. And obviously this all has to be outside, so it's gonna be like this. So only if the camera was up, he's gonna do that animation. Now we're just gonna test it. So let's hide all these variables. Go to the Foxy sprite, also hide that one. Gonna start a new game. And we're just gonna set Foxy's AI to 20 so that he moves every time we look. So now obviously he hasn't moved yet, but we're just gonna add in a Foxy counter so that we know when he moves. So right now he's still locked. Okay, he's gonna move in 3 seconds now. So now he's moved. Yep. We're just gonna show us the Foxy status as well, so that we don't have to look every time, because that always locks him. So we're just gonna wait for the Foxy status to get to 3. So now he's already coming out of Pirate Cove. And now he's left Pirate Cove, so if we look at it. And don't forget to add in wait 1 second in here, because if not he's gonna jump scare you after he gets to status 3. And also don't forget to add in set Foxy status to 0 right at the beginning of this. Because if not, if you pause the game when his status was at 3, he's gonna keep counting up. Okay, so now the wait time is at 0. And now we're just gonna set the AI to 20 as a test. So now he's moved to status 1. Now he's in status 2. And now in just a moment he's gonna be on status 3. So now the waiting time is counting up. As you can see, he's left Pirate Cove. We're gonna close the door. And now we're gonna look at the hallway. So now he knocked at the door. And he's back in Pirate Cove. And that was pretty much perfect. The only thing we need to add is that the animation wasn't centered. So we need to add in, go to position 0, 0 in here and set the size to 150. And now to make sure that the Foxy animation is behind the static, we're gonna add in go to back layer into the actual animation, and we're just gonna go to the static and make him go forward 2 layers. And now what we're gonna also add is that the 2A, if Foxy is running, that layer won't show, because if not, we have problems with the static because it keeps switching between the 2 layers. How we're gonna do this is we're gonna add a new variable called Foxy currently running, and this is obviously gonna be set to 0 at the start of the game and before he runs, and then when he starts running it's set to 1, and then back to 0 when he stopped running, so at the end of the animation. And we're gonna go to the hallway, which is 2A, and if Foxy is currently not running, so Foxy currently running equals 0, we're gonna add all this stuff in there. So we can only see the camera if Foxy is not currently running. So we're just gonna test that out again, and we're manually gonna set the Foxy status to 3, lock the door, look at the hallway, and it just came running. But we had the door closed, so obviously he goes back to Pirate Cove. Now we're just gonna open the door and get jump scared by him. Yeah, so that worked. And obviously we need to actually cut off his scream at the end, so when he receives Foxy jump scare, he sets the volume to 100, and then when the death screen comes, he sets it to 0 so that we cut off his scream. And also, all these things need to stop as soon as you die. So we're just gonna add in, when I receive death screen, it's gonna stop all other scripts in this sprite. We're gonna do the same thing with the Foxy one. When I receive death screen, stop all other scripts in the sprite. Now we're just gonna let us be jump scared again by him and just check that that works. And then Foxy's gonna be pretty much done already. So we're gonna set the open the door, set the Foxy status to 3. As you can tell, when you actually die, the other sounds don't stop. So we need to basically add in this part with when I receive death, stop all other scripts in the sprite, to pretty much every other sprite. So to the office, the fan, and also with the office, for example, we need to add in that it sets its own volume to 0 when that happens. And we also need to add in the this part from the office to the complete map, because that actually plays the sound, so that sound stops. And as soon as Foxy has started running, we're gonna set the Foxy status to 0 again, just to make sure that as soon as Foxy is done with running, we're gonna add in set Foxy status to 0, just to make sure that he doesn't sort of start his jump scare again right when he's done. So let's get ourselves jump scared. Yep, so that worked. But as you can tell, the animation actually didn't work, so we couldn't see the animation, so we just gotta fix that, and then we're gonna be done for today. So let's just test it out again and find out why the animation isn't working. Just to be sure, we're gonna add in if then and else. Put that in here just as it was, but add a hide down here. And now we're gonna get ourselves jump scared by Foxy again. So set Foxy status to 3. Check the camera. Yeah, okay, so now it works. So we're pretty much done with Foxy, I'd say. I think we're done. And we can hide all these variables again, and Foxy works the way he's supposed to work. And now as it progresses through the night, he's actually going to get more aggressive, because we already added this part in here. So for example, in night 2, he's going to start at 1 and then progress up to 3 by 3 a.m. and so on. So that's going to be a 15% chance of moving. And that's how the AI works. We're just going to rename this to Foxy Jump Scare, because I don't like leaving sprites unnamed. Jump Scare. And that's it. So that was all for today. now we already have Foxy working. I think probably next episode is probably going to be Bonnie. I hope you're enjoying the series. This video took a bit longer because I moved to a new setup, new PC, and I had to reinstall all my software I need. And now I need to edit this as well, but I'm going to be pretty quick, I think. I'm going to edit this probably maybe today or tomorrow and then upload it. I hope you're enjoying the series, and we're almost at 1,100 subscribers already, which I think we're kind of getting faster and faster with the subscribers, which is incredible because I think in the last episode we were at 800 subscribers. Now we're 300 subscribers more. So thank you very much, everyone who's subscribed. Make sure to like the video and subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. And I'll see you in the next video.